these 10 commandments, he says it's from God. It is from God. So that we know where we are, where we stand. So it is not that you must follow me or else. It's not that. You don't even have to follow me. I just teach you once and you can remember all the time. You can do it alone. Unless you want to see me again or you're in doubt, then we will give you an ID card so that when you come, people recognize you and let you in, see me. Or you can write letter. But these are not always necessary for many people. Because every day you can meditate alone. After we give you instruction, then you know what to do. You be your own master every day. The difficulty is not following a master or any master. The difficulty is being your own master. Have a discipline to do what you have chosen to do, what you know is the best for your soul. So if we think that we are up to it, then we are welcome very much. All right, I leave some time for your question. Thank you. During my speech, even if I haven't taught you anything, your soul will receive invisible instruction to yourself. So if you concentrate enough, if you simple inside enough, you see light already, see heavenly light already. Some of you seen already, yes? You raise your hand? Have you seen it? Oh yeah? Okay, please.
The first question is, God is all merciful and compassionate. How do you explain earthquakes, tidal waves, etc.?
There are many ways of looking at things. If we think this physical body, this physical possession, this physical life is all there is about life and the universe, then of course we will think God is so careless, destroying things, taking lives from people. But if we see things in a spiritual way, if we trust in God's wisdom, then we know everything is all right. Everything is perfect. That is another way to look at it. More practically speaking, we also are responsible for all the disaster in this planet. Not all, but many of them. We cut down trees, so we reduce rain and we encourage more landslide, encourage more drought, which in turn affect the harvest and make a lot of people hungry. And we test atom bombs here and there, everywhere. We interfere with the stability of this globe, of the way it vibrates and changes and turn, yes. And we cause many of the unspeakable disaster to ourselves. But then again, okay, we may blame God, it's all right, the guy is there, convenient. But whatever God takes away, He gives another. Because He's a creator, He can create and He can destroy. We never know for what purpose, unless we learn to be one with God, to ascend into a higher dimension where intelligence is boundless, where the vision is limitless. Then we can see the order of work of the universe. Then we understand why some things has happened we will know that everything is for the best. Then we will not blame God anymore.
Does the process, the meditation process, give you a clear mind? And is this path leading to heaven through Jesus Christ and not changing any of God's principles?
Yes, yes. The meditation help you to see yourself clearer, because when the mind calms down and left behind and the physical body is forgotten, then we reveal ourselves as our true selves. And our true selves can always see things better, can always see the truth, the complete truth, because we are not the physical body.
Your views on reincarnation, worship of ancestors, its benefits, the law of karma, cause and effect, and what would you say is the common thread that could unite all religions?
I mentioned before already, if the power of your thought have created things which have not arrived during your existence in this planet, then it will arrive again some other time later. And you have to reborn again in order to enjoy that, bad or good. Yeah? So be careful what you think when you're alive. Then you don't have to enjoy the bad or good consequence. Everything we created. And number two, when our ancestor departed from this world, it's just like I have mentioned already. So all you should do is just pray for them if you don't know where they're gone to. Nothing else. Pray, okay? Worship only God. Be grateful to our ancestors and parents, but pray for them to be liberated. Don't use them because they die already. Let them rest, for God's sake. Don't pray to them for prosperity, for protection, for, whatever material gain that we want to extract from them. They have done their share already during their lifetime. All we do is, if we really love them, pray for them so that God protect them, lift them up to a higher dimension. That's all we should do. No worship, no calling, no nagging, no demanding. The last one, the thread that unites all religion. Okay. That would be good if all the religions united. But actually we have only one religion. According to my study of different religious scriptures, they say the same thing. The essence of the teaching are the same, that we have one, that God, and that we should find him or her.
How do we rid ourselves of our ego?
Wow, that's a big question. Yes. How, huh? Only when we see God on a daily basis, only when we see the splendor, the greatness of our Almighty Father, then we feel that we are nothing. Not only we feel nothing because we're humble, just we feel that we know that nothing is really important in this world to compete or to snatch or to make trouble to ourselves, because we know heaven is near. At that time, our ego has no place to grow. He just died by himself. No food. Yeah? Because we don't care for blame and praise anymore. We don't care much for material gain. We have them, we use them. We don't have them, we satisfy with what we have. At that time, the ego would die.
Is there such a thing as evil spirits?
There are such things as evil spirits. As I have mentioned earlier, those who are not prepared themselves to walk the way of God, they might be confused, they might be very frustrated in the loneliness of the wandering world, without guidance, without noble thought to even nourish himself. He will turn into nasty nuisance spirit for a while only, until his anger died down, or until some angel come and get him somewhere else where he belongs. And the devil is not really an entity. It is a collective power of negative thinking. And that can be very big obstruction to us in spiritual practice as well as material survival. This concentrated negative power could be felt sometimes when we try to reach God, when we try to do some really beneficial work for mankind. Because there are some other people who think the opposite of this goodness and noble way. So this power of their thought create this so-called devil. Yeah? Otherwise, there is nothing such as devil exists. It wasn't created in the beginning.
How can I be and lead a spiritual life coming from a very formal religious Islamic background?
There is no need to change your religion or do anything tragic. Just meditate. I show you how to meditate, that's all. Okay? Just keep whatever you believe. Keep your Christianity, keep your Buddhism, keep whatever, the path, the teaching of the Master that is favorite to you. I just show you how to get in touch with the essence of the teaching that you believe. I will just show you how to see the Master whose teaching you're reading. For example, you meditate, you can see Jesus if you're Christian. You can see Buddha and gain some wisdom from him. But sometimes the Buddhists see Jesus and the Christians see Buddha. That also happened in our group. Yeah, it happened all the time. God makes big jokes. But nevertheless, when we ascend into that level of consciousness, we don't care. We know that they are all one. Yes. So we befriend with them all, and they are all very friendly to us too. Yes, sometimes they see both. Jesus and Buddha sit together, drink tea. Yeah, they have fun up there, all the religious leaders and teachers. Only us crawling on the planet fighting with each other, who's the best? Yes, in their names. Thank you.
How do you identify the real God with so many different religions of the world?
Don't get me into trouble. There's only one God. I have mentioned already. Yeah? You see, the Indian, they speak Hindu, okay? They call the enlightened one Buddha. The Hebrew, they speak Hebrew, or the Jewish, they speak Hebrew, and they call the enlightened Son of God Christ, yeah, etc., etc. But if we translate it into English, there's only one, enlightened. And then some people call me master. The Indian people call me guru, and you fight with each other. My guru is better than your master. My guru P.2. Yes, that's why even within one religion, people fight with each other. That is a very big mistake. We should correct that. Yeah, even if there is many gods, even if, suppose if we have different gods, okay, Muslim God, Christian God, Buddhist God, they all should be merciful. They would never want us to fight with each other, no. So we are doing a very bad job, fighting in their names. I hope we will not do that again. Thank you.
What can you tell us about extraterrestrial beings?
Oh, I have some tapes we have mentioned about that already. But we are all extraterrestrial beings. Don't you know that? We came from heaven, all of us, extraterrestrial. Nothing to talk about. And all the leaders of the religions that we worship are extraterrestrial. Jesus, Buddha, they're supposed to came from somewhere else. So actually, you know already from religious teaching that we have extraterrestrial, right? So if you want to see them, I'll show you how, later.
On my return to this earth, what form of life would I take? Who was I? How will I know who I am and what I'm supposed to do?
Oh, you mean the reincarnation?
Yes.
Who is that? Who? Why am I look at you? I can tell you, otherwise I cannot just say like that. I don't know who's who. Who are you? Not who am I, but who are you? Well, you don't show me, then forget it. You return to be whatever you want to be. That's the only truth. Yes? You create your existence. You are what you are now because you have chosen to be. And you will be what? Because you've chosen now to be different. We can create different life for ourselves all the time.
How would I know what God expects of me so as for me to practice and master those requirements?
You can go and ask Him. I'm here to show you so you can go and ask Him. I cannot answer for Him. Besides, even if I tell you what God wants from you, would you even believe me? See? So, first-hand experience is the best. Go find out. Very easy meditation.
A note of salutation to you, Master. As you walked in, I just felt so beautiful, and it was as though I could see my spiritual Master receiving us with his divine love and beautiful energy. I somehow was a bit emotional just absorbing your beauty from within and your intense energy. Thank you for giving us this opportunity of listening to you and your inspiring speech. There is so much I can identify with.
Bless you. And thank you. You must be very pure in the heart to feel that. You must be very devoted to God in order to have sense what you have written. My congratulations.
It appears to me as though Master P.2 is a gifted person in more ways than one. Can Master please explain to me who or what is the source of her inspiration?
Oh, gifted, the talent.
Yes.
Oh, that's all came from him. whatever he gives is all his. I have nothing. I was born with nothing. I grown up with nothing. And I have been given all these talents late in life because I practice meditation. I seek God first before everything else. And then he gives me everything else. All the things I never asked.
How do you balance the spiritual world and the physical world?
Well, we have to practice the spiritual life because right now, most of us are practicing a physical way of life already. So there's another part missing because we are not only physical, we are also spiritual being. So the reason we suffer because we only practice physical way and forget the other better half as a spiritual way. So to balance it, start practicing now.
If heaven exists, duality exists. Is our goal not to lose duality and to become one with the Supreme Consciousness?
Oh, yes. Heaven is not everything. Yeah? But we go there first. Better than go to hell first. Just one at a time. We go to heaven so that we can have a taste of the celestial life, and we met all the heavenly beings, and learn further, and then we be one with the Most High, of course. Yeah. We pass through heaven. Yeah.
Must one ask for protection when one is busy meditating?
Yes, you should. But in our way of practicing, you are protected already 24 hours by the master power. The one that who teach you is responsible to protect you until you are able to protect yourselves.
If we know that we have some relative that does bad magic, what should we do to protect ourselves?
That does black magic?
Yes.
Wow, that's bad news. You believe in God, yeah? Pray to God all the time. Black magic is the opposite of love, opposite of light and God. So if you turn to love, you turn to God, then you will be protected. Besides, if you do not do anything wrong in your life, no black magic can ever touch you. It is not allowed. Black magic can only harm immoral people when you are weak with guilt and ridden with bad conscience. So make sure your life is a sample of purity, then nothing can harm you.
Do we have free will, or is everything predestined?
Predestined and free will. Predestined because we have chosen the path that we walk in this life to fulfill our purpose. Free will because we could change it for the future.
When you are doing your meditation, what are you supposed to think? How do you meditate? Because when you close your eyes, the only thing you see is darkness.
See only darkness?
Yes.
You see darkness, not everybody see darkness. I will teach you later, okay? Then you can practice at home, and you will see light, definitely.
You say that hell only exists because we believe in it, but how can you say that it is not the same with heaven and with God?
Heaven and God exist already. After that, we create this world by our thinking, by our wanting to be here, which is not bad. I don't say this physical world is bad. It's also created for the purpose of growing, so that we can know God again. Of course, you could say that, okay, we create God too, but why not? We are God, and God created forever, forever, and forever. So you can say you create God, or God has already existed and created us, but we are one with God. Argue back and forth. No use. Come inside and see whether God exists or not, and then you can tell me. All right?
Will Tai Chi help me reach a higher level of consciousness as a moving meditation?
Helps him to
reach a higher level of consciousness.
Oh, it does? Good for you. Good for you. Yes. It also needs concentration, and it also helps you to relax and helps you to feel elevated in some degree. Yes. But that's not all. Okay? It's not all. We have to contact the light of God. We have to know God in the form of light and other teaching in order to truly understand.
What does the word supreme in the title Supreme Master Ching Hai mean?
It means the Supreme Master Ching Hai. Yeah. It means God. Yeah? God used the human instrument to share His love, teaching with mankind. Yeah? It's not this physical body that teach you. It's an office of God. Thanh Hải is a Chinese name for ocean of love. Yes, we have another name now. My God. Ocean of love means God Almighty. It's the same thing. Same thing.
How does spiritual well-being or mental well-being relate or improve people's health who have permanent illnesses, for instance, like diabetes?
When we practice spiritual, everything else also improve, including our health, even our financial situation. But we should not seek that as a purpose of meditation. We should seek only to know God. Then He will regulate everything else. That happens in our group. But we have to be sincere in looking for God. And then really our sickness also be gone. Many people who has cancer and they already are scheduled for operation, but because they get initiation and practice meditation until then, the cancer disappear. So they run out of the operation table with the doctor chasing behind with a knife. Some are like that. Some in terminal cancer. Some have a lot of other very serious disease also being cured. Thanks to the Lord. Thanks to your own sincerity.
When we become a part of the great lake of consciousness, do we retain our own individual consciousness?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes. Because we have been already so-called separated from God, so we still have individual so-called consciousness. But when we reach into higher level of realization, then we are everywhere. We are one with God. That's why Jesus reclaimed, I and my Father are one. But there are more levels after that. Yes, so it is infinite. Because at that time you still have I and my Father. We still have two. And we rise higher and higher. There are wonders to be discovered.
Is our intuition and mental pictures fantasy or reality?
It depends on what kind of practice and what kind of mentality you possess right now. If you take drugs or do some magic or something like that, then you enter into hallucination, which look like real, but is very detrimental to our mind as well as our body in the long run. But if we use the self, the true self, the God self, which will see the God self, then it is not hallucination, it is true, because it will make us elevated, it makes us feel ecstatic, it makes us wiser, happier, healthier, and fearless.
Can a person see God directly in meditation?
Yes, yes. That's what we meditate for.
I believe I have bad karma. How do I get rid of it?
Come to initiation, I help to get rid of it for you.
As an atheist, what are the benefits of Kuan Yin to me?
Make you become a better atheist. I told you, I promise I don't make you change any religion. Just meditate, then you understand everything. Yeah?
Master, thank you for your prayers for this country and your efforts for peace in our world. I would like to ask, does the study of systems such as Taoism, Kabbalism, and shamanism interfere with Kuan Yin practice?
No. What belongs to Caesars belong to him. Yeah? We do our things, the government do their things, the football play football, the tennis players play tennis. Yes, we are up to the business of spiritual practice and elevation of the soul. Whatever ism, no problem. Yes, just outside. Inside we contact with God.
If one is homosexual, how will one enter into the kingdom of God?
Then you enter the homosexual kingdom. God has no discrimination, okay?
Do you believe in the 7 chakras?
Yes, they exist, they exist. We have to go through normal in the